If you have one of these candy dispenser or whatever you put inside, gum dispenser, final touch automatic dispenser, and it doesn't work anymore, like mine stopped working a while back, I'll show you a way to not really fix to the initial state, but rather modify it so it works, because I think mine, the sensor here was defective, and I'm not gonna bother finding a part changing that. So what I did is I hacked into the system and made it so that it only works when you push the button underneath here. So this button usually is there so that it's activated when you put this on top of a flat surface. In this case, what I did also is I added some feet to it, felt stickers, so that this button doesn't push right away into the on position, but rather if I was to use it, I just press it down a bit, by pressing here, and then you put your hand while pressing, you'll be able to dispense the candies. So first off, remove the lid and remove this by twisting it counterclockwise. Then you're gonna need Phillips screwdriver and loosen the screws in there. So once you've loosened all 3 screws, you can leave it in the hole, you don't have to remove it. Just put your finger here, gently pull this out. And then you can remove this little plastic. Then this you can remove as well. And finally remove this gently. But careful, don't pull too hard because all the electronics is there. And then I'll show you what I did. So let me just put this on the side here. All right, so what I did is I desoldered the red wire. Sorry, not the red wire stays there, but the black wire here, I desoldered it from this end. Okay, so now that one is disconnected. And then I wired a small piece of wire here after stripping the ends to where the black wire was. And then I went and then soldered it right here to this bottom part. So in the middle, you have 1, 2, and then I just soldered it to this end. Or you can also solder right over here, but because there was more space here, I just soldered that there. It's easier. And before soldering, you can obviously test it by connecting or holding this end of the motor with an alligator grip and then the other end touching, just to make sure that it's working. So by doing that, I'm shorting the whole system of the infrared and sensor mechanism. So at this point, the motor is just activated by the switch underneath. And if you don't want to do that, you can also just put a wire with a switch, make a hole, and then put a switch here that you can push or turn on and off. But I found this to be easier because there was a switch underneath already. So once you solder this end to over here, then gently close back your device. Just make sure everything is set well. Align the holes of this screwdriver. All right. Then put back your mechanism. It's just you drop it there, put the cover, and finally screw on the top of this here. So I put it wrong, so actually this opening has to come to this end. Screw it. Don't over tighten. They're plastic, so gently screw it until it's you feel that it's holding, but don't push it. And then put back your top sphere. And then here I can show you with some Brookside chocolate. So then I'll put my hand and then push on it. So there you go. Now obviously this is useless. You can just leave it at the off position. Because this usually would give you, you know, 1 portion, 2 portion, 3 portion, 4 portion, but in this case it just goes by how much you're pushing on it and dispensing as much as you want. So hopefully this helps you salvage your broken candy dispenser from landfill and get more use out of it.